This is your Empath Energy Exchange. I'm Christine, your spiritual guide and mentor, and I channel the messages, pull cards, and feel the overall theme for the week. Welcome, empowered empaths, lightworkers, healers, and sensitives. The time is now to share your light with the world. So join me, comment, like, and subscribe, and share away. Hello and welcome, everyone. I am live today and we're going to talk all about the weekly message. Come on in, say hello, share, like, have fun. It is Sunday, November 29th, 2020. And this is your weekly energy update, which I do every week through Facebook and YouTube. And you can subscribe below. I do a couple videos a week. So if you're not sure who I am, I'm Christine with 24 Karat Healing. I'm a spiritual medium, intuitive energy coach, and old soul healer. And basically just channeling the collective message. But today is all about clearing. This week's message is clearing. Last week, we talked about reset. And the cards, I kept them out from last week, was all about our sexuality, our creative, beautiful, soulful selves, but more so healing the sexual aspects of ourselves, our sacral chakra, the relationship healing as well. That was a big piece to it. And then it's all about learning, because we are constantly learning through fluorite. And our dreams. Herkimer Diamond is something you can tap into for dreams. I'm always, I keep a journal beside my bed. Dreams are very important. There's some great messages that come through. And a lot of times we don't understand what it is, but we're, not meant to know maybe at that time. So don't try to overly dissect the dreams and the messaging that comes through. And if you're new here, say hello. If you've been here before, say hello. If you're on the replay, say hello and please comment below. Always interested to hear how everybody's doing. And it is also the full moon in Gemini, with a lunar, I wanted to say lunar, doesn't really matter, lunar eclipse. So we're all learning this week. Full moons for me and for a lot of us are about releasing things that no longer serve us, clearing, detoxifying. And I do like to honor, that energy. It's every 2 weeks. Why not? A new moon is for, manifestations and, goals and really aligning with who you are on a soul level. Whereas the full moon it's a buildup, just a release of our energies, what we're feeling, what we're no longer holding space for as well, which I feel is very important. And it's also important what you put out energy-wise. So if you have a negative thought, a dark thought, a judgment, that all goes out into the field and it's left there to kind of, cluster together. So, how they say like attracts like, same goes for, a judgment or some type of negativity or something negative that you're putting out. They feed off of each other. So you've got, again, we're still having this polarization between love and fear. Or, there's a lot of hate. And you know what? We are all connected. We are interconnected. We are co-creators. We are all students of the universe, and I do not know more per se than you do, and vice versa. We're here to learn from each other, and we need to really drop our crap and start from our own foundations and start to build on our foundations by learning and sharing and collaborating and co-creating with others and with the universe ultimately. That's what it is. And there is no right or wrong. If you believe in this and I believe in that, does it matter who's right and who's wrong? That's an ego judgment, and it's a dark place that you will sink into, and really, really hard to crawl out of. And really, that's what they want you to do, is to feed into that energy. So what are you choosing, I guess is what I'm saying. What are you choosing? I'm choosing love, first and foremost. I was on a podcast yesterday, and she says, what would you like to tell everyone? What do they need to know about Christine? And if I was to ask Christine what she was, what is she? And I said love. And that's it. And she's like, and I'm like, and what? There is nothing else. So, we're going to talk about November 30th, 2020. If you reduce the numbers in numerology, it reduces to 9. As well, November 30th is also linked to the time of the full moon. So 4:30 a.m. UK time, 4:30 Eastern time, my apologies, 9:30 UK time, and 1:30 PST, so Pacific Standard Time. Notice that they're all 30s, and it's November 30th. It's, paying attention. And Geminis are air sign, obviously, and they're also known as the twins. They've got that twin energy. And Geminis are also linked to communication. So communication is key, but I also feel it's about listening, open listening, being open to everything and attached to nothing, which is hard for a lot of people. I get it. I am moving right now, and I'm going through stuff, and I'm like, wow, I've had this for how long, and why? Oh, but that was like 20 years ago, and we have got to let go of stuff. Not everything, but most things. We are too attached to things and not connected to our hearts and to our intuitive selves, and living intuitively from the heart up. We tend to always live from the solar plexus down, right? And they say look up. They're not kidding. Look up. All right, so just going to dive into these messages a little bit more. And really it's communication through deep listening and expression. Intense solar flares today. Look it up. There's, on top of that with the full moon and the lunar eclipse, emotions obviously are off the charts, of course. And then the tension with the solar flares, Schumann's resonance, there's tons of spikes going on in that energy. If you need the link to the website, let me know. But, and if you're highly sensitive, Lightworker, Empath, you're feeling all of this. So my recommendation is always self-care. So, did you do something nice for yourself? For me, I get into an Epsom salt bath. That's just who I am. That's what I love to do for myself. And then I'll put essential oils in and some rose petals, because roses are of the highest frequency. Nostradamus talked about that as well. It's a frequency to dispel disease and viruses. If you were to measure a rose, what would the hertz be on that, right? If you know, let me know, comment below. I'm curious. I would love to know what that is. November 30th, 2020 breaks down to a 9, and 9 is all about the wrap-ups. 9s are about wrap-ups. They're also the God codes, 369. The 30th is a 3, obviously, and November is a 6-month when it comes to a life cycle. So 369. It's a trinity, it's a completion. Some pretty spectacular energies. And notice the duality of our thoughts. The duality of our thoughts. We've got to feel through life and not think through life. That's why we're here. We've been thinking. And also, well, I don't know if it's true unless science confirms, really. I think you can decide on your own, right? Start to question everything and find out for yourself. Then you're fully informed. I don't need science to tell me different. So this culmination of the full moon and the eclipse energy is 6 months of ending. It's a wrap up because we had the last eclipse was in the summer. New age. So we're going into our feeling place where you need to intuit, interpret, intuit instead of thinking all the time. Our mind cannot give us that clarity and wisdom. It can't. Truth, wisdom, justice, expansion, and joy. That's what we're about. So love is only experienced through transcendence. And there's a lot of that duality going on. The yin and the yang. We need to be the observer. And if you're going down the proverbial rabbit hole, it is a karmic loop. And you're just going to end up spinning back around again. Back around. So that triangle also is with Chiron, who is a sacred healer. And we're really healing the false sense of self. The false sense of self. I keep hearing this. Will the real Christine please stand up? Or will the real, emerging who we naturally are on a soul level? All right. So that is the weekly message. And just going to do we'll do a little meditation at the end just to release everything. And I'm going to pull a few cards right now first. We'll do some smudging as well. I had my Palo Santo going, but you know what? It takes a lot of patience and practice to get this guy going and to keep it going. It's like stoking the fire. It's like stoking your soulful self as well. You got to keep feeding it and taking care of it, right? And not bypassing it as well. Hi, Marcia. Yes, follow your heart and listen to it instead of thinking. Yeah, because we talk ourselves out of a lot of things, don't we? We do. Thank you very much for being here, Marcia. Hope you're having a beautiful, blessed Sunday. All right, so I'm going to head to the Energy Oracle deck. Whoops, get that in the picture. Jeez. Woo. All right. Let me know, how your week is going, depending on when you're tuning in. If you would like a personal reading or healing, I always forget to promote myself a little bit. Definitely head over to my website. You can book through Facebook as well, or just leave a message and I'll reach out. All of my readings are done online and they're recorded. And so maybe give yourself a beautiful gift of this, the heart, the soul healing. That's what I'm about. It's about the soul, because we've forgotten who we are and what our purpose here in life. And it's not a people, place, or thing. It's our love, our unconditional love. It's our forgiveness. It's our healing. And that's why we're here. That's why we're here. That's the only work we're doing. That's it. All right. So let's see. What is the overarching theme for this week? What are we focused on? Whoa, here we go. Wow. Okay. Interesting. We are focused on victory. Victory. I love this. I mean, the gold. Of course, we always think, "Ooh, we're going to win something. We must win. We must be victorious." But that's an ego-based thought. This is all about the work you have been doing. Like last week, the reset. This is a deep inner change. So this is what we're working on, is be open to every little thing that pops up in your life. If it's a judgment, if it's a person, if it's I just heard an ex. Interesting. If it's an ex, oh boy. You're being called to look at that because something wasn't completed, and how you react to it, because our reaction is everything. Our reaction is, and I think that's what it is, you're achieving great things within yourself. You see yourself as a beautiful success in many wonderful ways, even now. And I feel like some of us are being very humble about it, all the work. And, the gold, the leafing, I see it as a lot of healing. When I see a lot of gold, I think of a lot of healing has taken place. And yeah, I just heard leveling up, level up. Interesting. I just heard we're talking about Romans, that Greek mythology as well. That's what I'm hearing. So maybe you need to look into that a little more. Whoever happens to be watching this, again, it's not for everyone, this reading. You could take some parts and some parts you don't take, but we're working on the victory. And it's interesting that indecision comes up after the victory. So yeah, I just heard there's many paths to take. 2 choices, 2 roads. Which would be better? This is where the thinking mind gets involved. The ego gets involved. We're not spending days, months, or even years in this back and forth energy. I feel like we have been doing this for far too long. It's time to let go of the analysis. You know how they say analysis paralysis? And the self-doubt keeping you stuck. I always say follow your heart. And if you're really stuck, then do the pros and cons. But think of the pros in a beautiful, heartfelt space, and the cons. And I don't want to see it as a negativity, but maybe look at how you feel when you write down the opposite. What feels better? What feels better? And we're releasing fear and moving forward with courage and trust. You have the power to direct your destiny. Man, oh man. You know what? We're doing the energy deck this week because I've got 4 cards. And now we're still telling a story about indecision. So we're moving on from indecision. We've had the victory. We're moving past the indecision. And the result is the door to personal healing and happiness. So, yeah, I mean, I'm feeling this too. I've made some big decisions. And this is what this week is all about. New beginnings. See the lotus flower inside the windows? A lot of healing, inner healing, breaking addictions, external changes, finding a new place to live. That would be me too. I don't know about you guys, if anybody's moving or, what's going on. Your life is opening up. New opportunities are about to appear. The changes you've been working are ready, and we're all optimistic, and we release any type of expectations. You are strong, you are focused and self-directed. You have the power to create wonderful new realities in your life. I mean, I'm not kidding. This is how all the cards came out. There's the last one. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4. And I was just talking about Archangel Michael to one of my mentors, John, and he asked me, about the archangels, and I said, well, Archangel Michael is my go-to. Here he is. Here he is. This is all about the root chakra, and it's about stability and security. A lot of times we move and do things out of fear. We tend to just go there, right? So when it's upright, this energy is flowing freely. Okay. You may have had problems in the, feeling secure in the past. And, we're pretty much almost done with 2020. So we know how to pivot. We have resilience. Challenges are resolved, and always, bring them in and ask you to bring you strength and stability. And you're moving forward. You are definitely in a healthy, perfect state. You're strong, stable, safe, secure. And Archangel Michael always guides and supports us. Definitely. Wow. Those are beautiful. Let me know if any of this resonates for you guys, whether you're here live or you're on the replay. And if you have any questions, I will be doing a 2021 video, because it was interesting that I did a live last year, same time. Facebook, of course, told me about it because I completely forgot about it. But I talked about 2020 energy, and it was all about unconditional love, forgiveness, and healing. And 2020 would be something we have never seen before. Here we are. But it was done this time in 2019. So I'd like to do one for 2021. Let me know if you have, any suggestions, comments, if you have any, questions about 2021. How do you feel about 2021? Are you bringing any intentions? I always pick a word. My word for 2020 was rebirth. 2021 is interesting as well because it's, 2021. It's the 21st century as well. So 2 and 1s is 3. So 21, 21st century. Do you see the symbolism here? It's going to be an interesting year. Not as palpable as 2020, just so you know. Oh, hi, Tabitha. Thank you. Yeah, she says, of course I tune in, and you're holding up Michael. Isn't that funny? You just show up and there he is. And there he is. And I talked about him earlier today and he pops up again. So I love it. It tells me a lot about what's going on out in the world. All right. So I'm just going to clear everything off. Part of your full moon clearing, make sure you smudge, charge your crystals, essential oils, do an Epsom salt bath, make some moon water, whatever you want. Just do it and have fun and make it your own. That's all I say. There is no right or wrong, just like anything else. There is no right, there is no wrong. As long as it feels good, who cares? All right. So we're just clearing this off. And as I'm doing this, the neighbor's dog is just barking like crazy. He actually started at about half an hour. Funny, he started it as the minute I started tuning in and clearing my own self and my chakras and everything, he started barking. So animals know when there's something going on. They definitely know more than we do. They're more intuitive than we are as well. And they teach us about unconditional love more so than anything else in the world. All right. I truly believe that. Okay. Now we're going to, I got my white sage. We're clearing off any energies. And I practice smudging once a week, sometimes more, depending on what's going on. So we're just clearing this off for the highest good. Clearing, detoxifying, letting go, and giving it away, like the, Red Hot Chili Peppers would say, we're giving it away. Put it on the altar, give it away. All right. Whew, it's already pretty smoky in here. All right, getting the Palo Santo going. Now that we've cleared the energy, anything that is dense, stuck, and no longer ours. And a lot of times it's other people's stuff too that we happen to carry. Not intentionally, of course, but it does happen. Now we're raising the vibration. And I love the smell of Palo Santo. And of course, it was ethically sourced because that's important. We want to be mindful of Mother Nature too, right? All right. So I just invite you to, if you'd like to, you can grab a piece of paper or a journal and maybe write anything that comes to you after, because we will be activating, obviously, all the senses. You've got your clairvoyance, your clairsentience, your clairgustance, your clairaudience, your clairalience, all of it, claircognizance. So you might be seeing, hearing, feeling things, whatever it is, just let it come in. Just let it come in. All right, so I just invite you to close your eyes, and you may sit or you may lay down. There is no right, there is no wrong. Just so glad you're here. That's all that matters. And just imagine coming from your root chakra. Your root chakra, a beautiful red light, beautiful red energy. It's what keeps you grounded and safe and stable and secure. And you can imagine that there's a cord. The cord is shooting down your legs and out your feet. And it smashes through the earth, through the trees, the rocks, the roots, the debris, until it reaches the center of the earth. And here there is a giant red jasper. Now, red jasper is linked to the root chakra. So we're going to keep you fully rooted and stable. Bringing up that beautiful red jasper energy up through the ground until it hits your feet. Now, can you actually feel yourself being pulled back down? So now you're fully rooted. We're going to take that energy up through your feet, your shins. We're paying special attention to the knees. A lot of fear gets held in the knees. We're letting that go. Up through the thighs, your buttocks, your lower back, mid back. A lot of people, when they're in fight or flight and fear, tend to get a lot of lower back pain. So be aware of that. For some reason, I'm quite drawn to this area. So we're going to clear that off as well. Of course, there is some clearing, beautiful Reiki energy coming in to heal, to clear anything that does not serve you, anything that is not yours, or anything that you would just let go and release. This is part of the full moon as well. This is part of a lunar eclipse. Eclipses are, they're really wanting you to pay attention to your words. Okay, so in great intention with your words, your speaking, your deep listening and trying and understanding and trying to bridge with others. So we're bringing this energy up through the sacral, now through the solar, up through the heart chakra. We're going to spend a minute here. You might want to put your hand on your heart for a moment and breathe in and go, I am, and breathe out, relaxed. I am love. I am worthy. I am divine. I am a perfect, holy child of God. And where God walks, I walk. When God speaks, I speak. I wear the armor of God. So I know that I am divinely protected, divinely loved, and divinely anchored in unconditional love, forgiveness for self and others, and healing. And wherever I go, I place those light pillars around me. So when someone passes through that energy field, they're going to feel that too. They're going to be like, wow, what is that? I feel something. I feel better. I feel optimistic. I feel hopeful. I feel faith. I'm trusting in the wholeness and divinity of who I am. Now we're going to bring that energy up through the throat chakra. Up through the third eye. I just heard less thinking and more being and feeling. Thought field, telepathy. Bringing this up through the crown chakra. Now we're taking that beautiful red jasper energy up through the cosmos, the universe, past the archangels, up into Christ consciousness. Now we are anchored in this beautiful godlike state because God is, I am, we are. Bringing that energy back through the crown, third eye, throat, heart. Now there's a merging of the two. You've got that beautiful golden light, the beautiful red light. Just feel, what does that feel like to you? What do you see? What did you hear? What do you know? Because knowing and feeling that's the connection, the soul connection. Knowing and feeling. We're living in this Trinity and not the other one. All right. So take your time coming back. Rub your hands together, like really just that feeling. Every time I do a guided meditation, I am taken to another world. I am back. All right. And if you'd like to share with me, what you felt, what you saw, or maybe you'd just like to journal it. Maybe later, something in your dreams. I just heard that. So, pay attention to that and write it down. Even if it's just a couple words, sentences, ask for assistance. Don't go, I don't remember my dreams, because you're already telling yourself that you're not going to remember anything. So don't do that to yourself. Just be open to it. It's just like saying, well, I'm not a poet. Well, you just told yourself you're not. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You just cut the and maybe you write a poem, because I know sometimes I get divine inspiration. The poem comes out. So I love it. All right. Marcia, she'll be focusing on moving forward, paying attention and not giving up. Yes. Journaling and practicing every day. Yes, I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, Tabitha. You're most welcome. Thank you for being here and sharing your beautiful gifts and energy with us as well. And 24 Santel. Thank you. That was beautiful. You're most welcome. Thank you so much. And if anything, I want you guys to have like an amazing sleep. So that was a clearing for, the collective or anybody that shows up. because full moons, a lot of folks have trouble sleeping. They can just, once you're plugged in, you can feel that energy, right? That's just the way it is. But it's what you do with it, right? So if you need to have a bath, have a bath. If you need to go run around the block, go run around the block. If you need to journal, then journal. If you need to read, read. If you need to meditate, if you need to dance, sing, whatever it is, do your thing. Do your thing. All right. Also, I just want to remind everyone, I do a live. I have a prayer circle on Instagram Live every Friday at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So do you need prayer? Would you like to practice prayer? Because I know for me, prayer is powerful and it is like an instant connection. You're like plugged in right away. So follow me on Instagram, 24 Karat Healing, for that. As well, I am online, soundsugarradio.com every Monday at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. It's worldwide radio, and they've got some amazing music, a lot of world music, and they've got different shows on there too. So if you're interested in that, and mentorship is coming up. Unleash Your Magic Intuitive Mentorship starts January 2021. So get on the waiting list and save $60 by commenting mentorship. Now, what does that mean? You're working with me 6 weeks, 1 hour a week. And basically, we're going through everything at a soul level. You're going to open up intuitively. We're going to find your gifts. And I mentor and guide you through that. And there's inner child work. There's a lot of self-care, a lot of self-love. We talk about past lives. We talk about everything that is related to your journey. It is highly individualized, unique. And I have some amazing testimonials and students that have already gone through that will tell you the same. Many that I know are either opening up, some type of a yoga mentorship. Another lady actually is working on, her own card decks. So it's it's just amazing what happens when you decide to give yourself the gift of finding your soul's purpose. And it's not a job per se. It's here. It's finding your heart, and living from your heart, and living intuitively, and finding your magic, your light. It's always been there. All right. I think that's it. If you'd like to subscribe to my newsletter, I'll leave the link below as well. You get $20 off your first reading or healing. So the link is there as well. And I don't think I have anything else. I do have a December energy update coming up very shortly. So tune in for that, because December's interesting. All I know is if you don't, I just heard this, please don't fall into the trap of, well, we can't go anywhere, we can't do anything, so I'm not going to celebrate Christmas. Please celebrate whatever it is you celebrate. Put the lights on, put the trees up, put the decorations, keep the light, bring the light into everything you do, and the love into everything you do, and keep those vibrations high. So very important, especially with what's going on right now, okay? Because you've got the solstice coming up in December. I talk about that. There's a grand conjunction between two planets. I talk about that. So there's a lot of stuff. I could go on and on and on, but yes. Hi, Tanya. So nice to see you. Thank you very much. It looks like you guys, I'm not doing any readings per se, but if you head to my website or my Facebook page, I have a lot of free complimentary things, including an intuitive call. So go and book that. If you need the link, let me know, and we can connect that way. This was more for my weekly energy update and then the full moon meditation that we did. You can go back and have a look at it. And there's some beautiful healings and clearings there as well. All right, guys, I love you so much. Have an amazing week. And please remember, healing begins where the ego ends. Take care.